I have a question I would like to ask.
Yeah. Um, yes. Hi, Stuart.
Hi.
Um, my understanding is that we all come into this life with a unique, uh, a unique mission in this world. How do we know that we're living our life and spending our days aligned with that mission?
You know, Larry, I don't think you ever know that in your brain. You just do it. I mean, I don't know in my brain if I'm serving the mission. I just do what I do. And I accept it and I do the work and I'm willing to take the responsibility for it on myself. And each of us has a unique mission in life. Each of us has something we're born here to do. And I guess my mission, just to talk about myself, is to provide the energy, the Shakti, the nourishment, the classes, so that each and every person who attends them can find out how they can uniquely serve God and higher energy in the universe. Now, if that's my unique mission in life, well, I'm very grateful to be able to do this. But it took years to build the strength to be able to do this. It took years of working on myself to develop a chakra system that was strong enough to do what I do. And it's the same way with anybody's unique mission in life. You have to build a system inside that is connected with higher energy. That energy, when you allow it to flow through you, it will guide you to exactly what you're supposed to do here. It really does. It's not something in the brain, well, I want to be a this, I want to be a that. I want to be a doctor, a lawyer, or this, there's nothing wrong with these professions, you know, but you see people that have been doing this, for 30 years, 20 years, 40, it dries them up because it's in their brain. It's not that higher energy flowing through that will guide you, in a service of that higher energy so that you can nurture other people and give life to other people. But that comes, I didn't have this when I was younger. I couldn't even talk about this when I was younger. I had no idea. All I know is that every day I would battle me, my mind, my emotions, my insecurities, my anxieties. And then through doing inner work over years, the system gets really strong. And then you have enough security inside to allow spiritual energy to flow through. And it really takes care of your life. It takes care of one's life. It also gives you the creative capacity, to do things in life that really is, as you say, you were born to have a mission in life. So one has to have patience and you truly have to do the work. I mean, I remember when I first started studying with Rudy, after 6 months, I would go to him with my great spiritual experience and he'd start to laugh. And he'd say, how long have you been doing this? He said, 6 months. I said, Stuart, I've been doing this 35 years, And his mission, I don't even know what his mission was. He just did it every day. He did it. He nurtured people. He gave me my life. You understand? Without thinking, is this my mission? No, I will do what I have to do every day in order to serve higher energy in the universe. And I believe you. I always say it, we all are unique. We all have something unique to do in this world. And, I mean, it's not to be what I do. Each of us has to find that. And the energy is certainly there. And the energy of these classes will never interfere with you finding that. All it will do would be nurture your system inside so that you get a strong chakra system that enables you to find that uniqueness. And when you find that uniqueness, We can sit down and have a cup of tea, you know, and be grateful. Hey, this is working, you know, it's really working. So what that uniqueness is, I don't know. I don't even know what my own uniqueness is. I just do what I do. I really mean that. If I thought about this, I Stuart, you're crazy, you know, to do this. You can go do, you know, I mean, there's a million things you can do in life. But I don't think about it. I just do it. And it seems to be working. It's helping people. It's certainly, I know, helping me grow. And I see just in the eyes and the faces of people that come to these classes, everybody's changing. Everybody's growing. Do I understand it? I'd be the last one to try to explain how this works. I mean it. I don't want to understand it. I just want to do it and let it work and let it nurture people, to take a lot of people into my heart, to love them, to be, as Rudy said, you know, you can't be God. The best you can do is be a servant of your students and a servant of higher energy in the universe. That's the best we can do here. If you're a servant of your ego, it goes right to the grave. And it also is very painful. It creates a lot of suffering. I mean, in my life, I've done a lot. I've written a dozen books. I've written, you know, I've lived all over the world. I've taught, you know, I don't really, you know, I don't understand any of it. It was just moments in my life that came that enabled me to do these things. And instead of thinking about it and shying away from it and being afraid, I just did it. I just did it. And yeah, I made mistakes, but they weren't really mistakes. They were just learning, opportunities to learn, to grow, how to fix myself inside. And people live with so much hesitation, and it doesn't work. You know, it doesn't work. You got to trust higher energy. And in order to trust higher energy, you have to build a system inside that enables you to do it. And then it all comes. I don't know when it comes. I mean, I can give you an example. Like last week, I was given the opportunity to make a lot of money. I mean, a lot of money. And I'm not talking about, you know, $100. I'm talking six figures, a lot of money.
It's 2:05.
And I had to turn it down. And I turned it down because it wouldn't have been a good thing for me to do. You know, and all of a sudden, money starts coming. I really mean it. From other from other places, money starts things start happening that make it possible for me to, when this COVID thing is over with, I can, you know, go back into my art business a little bit and, generate enough money to supplement the donations people make and all that stuff that goes on. It works. I always tell people, if you build a system inside that is connected to higher energy, you're willing to do whatever service you have to do to serve that, they will take care of you. Higher energy will take care of you. And I mean this. It's always taken care of me, for God's sake. And I've lived on the edge all my life. I'm not a kid anymore, and I'm starting my life over again. And it does. It just takes care of you. They need people on the earth doing service that way. And you can't do this service if you live a life full of fear. That's how you find your mission. and it's fun. You finally get up to a place in yourself where you can enjoy living kind of on the edge, you know? You don't need all of that security surrounding, you can live on the edge. You know, it's an adventure. And most of life is pretty boring, you know? But it's kind of an adventure and you enjoy it. And you say, oh, well, what the hell, what can happen? If you drop dead, then all the suffering is over. The pain is over. You don't have to worry about it anymore, you know? I mean, it's so interesting the way people look at the world and how it affects their inner selves. Does anyone else have a question? I hope that's clear. There was a lot of words that came out of me.
Thank you, Stuart.
You're welcome. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask?
Stuart, it's Niobe.
Yes, dear.
I have to leave, but I wanted to say thank you before I left. Thank you.
Bless you, dear. Niobe, it's always wonderful to see you and to see you working on yourself. And you don't leave. You're in my heart, dear. I mean it. You and your family, you're there. So you're not leaving. Bless you.
Okay. I'll see you soon.
See you soon. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? I hope this is clear, you know. I mean, I don't want to scare people. I just want to transmit Shakti and things I've learned in my life. And, you know, and it's not putting anybody down. We all have to deal with what we have to deal with in our lives every day, you know. Every single one of us has to deal with us, you know, and sometimes, you know, a way of dealing with us is to take some chances, you know, in life. Safety is never, to me, has never been the answer. Take some chances with doing in life, with trying new creative venues, you know, but more than anything, you know, build a system inside that connects you with higher energy in the universe. Then these are not taking chances. It will guide your life in such a profound way that you never dreamed you'd ever live the way higher energy can guide you. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask?
So what happens after the second cycle?
After the second cycle?
Yes, because you've been talking about the first cycle, human, second cycle, I don't quite know.
Well, there are 7 cycles, Skender, and you know, each one of them gets you more and more refined and closer to being in a state of nothingness and oneness with God. There are 7 cycles. First cycle is just learning to be a human being. That's the first cycle. We're born here to learn how to function here. So that, you know, what it is, you focus your attention below the navel, you open the heart, you quiet the mind, so you can begin to live here on a different level without all that anger and fear and insecurity that generally motivates people's lives. Then that activation of Kundalini and the marriage between the human soul and the higher soul, that gives birth to another, and that is the beginnings. I mean, then the human element attains a very high level, and then the energy keeps cycling and gets more and more refined inside us until, you know, we really attain a state of samadhi, oneness with God. And I think that this is also very important because that's how this meditation works. It cycles and recycles energy inside us, refining us breaking down all the blocks, the obstructions, so that we can ultimately have a state of enlightenment, a state of, oneness with higher energy. We get to be less and less us and more a child of God. And that doesn't mean we have to be monks in caves. And I mean, the greatest temple is life itself. I've said this so many times. Life itself is the greatest temple. It's sacred. We have to learn how to live here in a sacred way. And we learn that by developing a system that keeps us connected to higher energy in the universe.
So, do you consciously move chi, or try to just relax and let it do itself?
Well, you can relax, let the chi grow, and then you can move it into the sex, to the base of the spine. It also emanates from you, and it gives you a balance here in life. When you interact with other people, situations, family, friends, jobs, businesses, school, whatever you do, it gives you a balance. It also is energy that will move through the sexual area, and will activate the Kundalini force, which is the force that allows us to connect with the soul of the universe, God, spirit, whatever you want to call it. So it works externally and it works internally, the chi. And what it really does is, no matter what goes on, we have a balance inside. When you activate Kundalini, that's a very strong energy. You need to be really rooted inside and balanced in order to benefit from it. When you deal with life, it's a very strong energy. You need to be rooted and balanced inside in order to be able to open, to do what? Not to be at war with life, but to allow life to be the teacher. Do you know how strong we have to be inside just to be able to listen to life and let it teach us? So that's what the chi does. It also gives us the ability to receive spiritual energy, which is another powerful energy. It's like a threefold path. And chi makes this possible. And all of these three things are essential if we are going to grow and have a spiritual life. Receiving spiritual energy, Shakti, embracing life as our teacher, and activating Kundalini is the pathway to God, the freedom, pathway to enlightenment. All of that is possible because of chi. That's the strength, the balance, the foundation in us that makes these things possible. Talia, ask questions. I mean, the classes really go to a different dimension. It's staggering what happens here. I just get tired of manufacturing these things, talking about the same. When people ask questions, it really opens up whole areas in myself. It's really wonderful. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? Okay, there will be a class on Thursday. God bless you all. I'm looking forward to seeing you. And again, thank you for being here. I mean, I'm telling you, these classes are a miracle of God. And you ask about trying to understand that. I don't understand how they happened, how they took place, but they're truly a miracle of God. And I just pray to God that all of you take advantage of this and use this, to grow in your life and every day. And bless you. And I'm looking forward to seeing everybody on Thursday. And bless you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Stuart.
Thank you.
Bye.
Ciao.